Good morning, good day, good evening, good life, everyone. Happy day. Um, Wisdom Wednesday. And what I'm going to share today is meditation, a little bit of a meditation that I had recently. I began to feel, probably all of us will relate to this in some ways, but I was beginning to feel some very sad memories and very sad feelings of missing my siblings, missing my parents, my grandparents, sort of the things that we all shared and the things the things I learned from all of them. So part of my meditation was to ask Spirit, well, I don't know, on my journeys do I ever meet up with any of them? Well, why isn't that possible? And so what was shared with me is um, they're with me as I think of them. They're with me as I send love. They're with me as I forgive myself or forgive them, and that the communication is not meant to go on and on with specific personalities most of the time. And so it was just sort of another perspective I was having that yes, they exist forever in the dimension that we've had those shared experiences, but they're also having conscious other experiences and other lifetimes and other embodiments and other, who knows, angelic things that they're doing. So it was a gift in that meditation of more detachment from the sentiment of love and into the wholeness of love. So I thought I'd pass that along for maybe you want to, for anyone's inspiration to just meditate more deeply on all of that. I know it's very important for a lot of people to have those connections, and when spirit in our loved ones is in alignment with that, we get the messages and we get reminders of their presence and of our relationship from now and from all time. So it's not that there's anything wrong about that or that seeking that is wrong. It's just for me it was another perspective on finding the wholeness in the love that I have with all these people. Because there are a lot of them. I mean, just my own personal family, 4 siblings, my both parents, all my grandparents, of course. And each of these has a place in my heart and in my soul memory. Um, so, and great dear friends, it just happens in life that these passings occur and we feel sometimes lost or sometimes disconnected from all of that. So I'll leave you with that and share my word for today, which is a little bit more than a word. I asked today, and I heard a big booming voice who said, put the FUN in functional. Uh, so that's another meditation for today that I'm working with, is appreciating the functionality of the things I have in life that support me, the tools I have, the spiritual and the physical tools, and on and on. So, again, that's the last of me you're going to hear from till I return from a new part of the journey. So, enjoy, everyone. Excuse me. I am that I am, all light indeed, in case you did not know that you are also all these things. And in this truth we grow. How be you, my beloved friends? I am known as Saint Germain, and I am that much more ascended, if you will, in the greatness of consciousness as you enjoy your moments of ascension. Oh, there are many moments of it. Perhaps sometimes you believe it will happen when or if enough things are done and cleared and all of that. So be it. And it is in any moment that you have all of that. So enjoy those moments, and I enjoy them with you, or in the great ascended awareness of consciousness of merging into the one. We are never away from you. We're always part of it. So, what will be my message this day for you? I think I will begin with something I know a little about, and that's transmutation. You know, transmutation, that which is the alchemy of moving all the unnecessary, the completed, the no longer needed frequencies of emotions and thoughts that are complete with serving you. That is moved then into the alchemical process or alchemical experience of all of that heaviness, all of the lead of that into the golden light. So, it cannot occur by wishful thinking. It seldom occurs by wishful thinking, I should say. It requires that you have mindful, thoughtful, loving for all of the things that you seek transmutation in. It requires forgiveness and self-loving for all of that. It is simple as that. And by the nature of your conscious forgiveness and loving of self and others and all the attributes of the things you believe you are wanting to transmute, you desire to become more whole with, we remind you that a transmuting vehicle such as the violet flame is not there to take away anything but to transmute, which means to empower, to shift the density to more light within you and all around you. So, speaking from many experiences of many lifetimes of playing in this work, and I say play because it was through my version of scientific productivity that I would practice. How would we turn lead to gold? How would we do that within ourselves? And we invented many different formulas and techniques, and none of them were contributing to the overall result that we believed we needed to have. Do you need to create the power of holding a piece of lead in your hand and allowing it to become gold in your hand? I would suggest no. Any more than you need to know how to push a pencil with your mind across the table. It's fun, perhaps, to play with that, but that is not necessarily, in and of itself, going to be the practice or the activity that will allow you to become masterful with your life. Your own day-to-day, moment-to-moment experiences that are often entangled by the patterns of the past, as you understand past, by your habits, the patterns which lay within you sometimes in so many ways that they are, again, entangling your effort to be free of them. Have you seen an example of what happens when you fight against an entanglement? You've seen a beloved sea creature, so-called a sea turtle or some other living beauteousness in the ocean, surface to reveal that it has got its fins or its parts of body wrapped in an old netting or some trash that was found in the way of its path of swimming. And the more that being, nor you, when you have entanglements, fight against it, try to force it, you become more tightened in it, right? So the gift for that sea turtle, or those beings of the ocean, is that when they have reached a boat or a shore, at times where there is a human, they instinctively know that there is help to unravel that so that they can be free, because they of themselves do not have the physical equipment or the stamina to endure the process of removing that. So what do you do when you find yourself entangled? Strong arm your way through it. Sometimes you try. Imagine in your meditation or in your visualization that things are all disappeared. That's a good step. But again, the untangling of the messes and the patterns that have structured themselves in your very body, in your many bodies, are not going to be undone by one single thought in most cases. It requires you a practice, a first relaxing into that and resist your resistance, to let go. And then through finding appreciation for the opportunity and for the lesson, for all of those who encouraged or discouraged you to be alive in your wholeness, those things become loosened. Those patterns become realigned to a different, freer structure. And then it becomes more and more then that you are in that state able to call upon the tools you do have to assist with that process. Much as that sea turtle would use the tools of finding a human nearby, hopefully, to assist with that. You have the ascended conscious realm, and you have the violet flame, and you have the angelic all with you. And you must attune to that so that you are in participation with them, with all that tools represent. That it isn't just a magic talisman or a magic prayer or a magic anything that is coming from outside of yourself. There is assistance to help you untangle, to help you see the pattern, to help you find love, appreciation, forgiveness, so that you become one with things in that process called transmutation, integration, and so forth. So do you need to use the violet flame in a conscious way? No, you do not. Do you need to call upon the assistance of the angelic and ascended realms? No, you do not. But what you do need is your willingness to be open for the work being the things which we have described, such as your forgiveness and so forth, to be open to then feel the power growing within you that is not removing anything that is yours to remove, but loosening. The removal will come with assistance when you have surrendered it completely. So when is it appropriate to so-called fight for it? That's a good question. Perhaps it is that you can come to being awareness that the fight is not against anything, but the determination, the commitment, and the activation of your willingness to be as appropriate with the energies. To fight is not against. It isn't really even for. It is a different way that we would even use that word with you. It would be, again, commitment and willingness. Do you fight against things when you are doing reps of strengthening your body? Well, some might think of it that way, but truly you're just committed and willing to experience that energy so that you strengthen and in the act of strengthening become freer. So it is so true with whether it's a physical matter or the emotional, mental, and spiritual matter that when you are committed into the practice of surrendering, of being one with, and so on, that will give you the strength that allows you to stand firmly on the ground of love. And interesting things happen when you do that. As you stand in your consciousness and in your body firmly on the ground of love, you become one with that ground, and you are no longer bound to that ground and to that form and to all these things which would be the limitations you seek freedom with. I say, for all of you willing to stand on the ground in the faith and the willingness to work through, to process through, without mental processing, but energetically shifting, huzzah, you've already made it. And those moments of ascended consciousness become more and more frequent. To seek fifth dimension or 12th dimension or anything that seems far removed from the third density or third dimension of your world here is not a wrong approach to life as you want to experience that freedom. But like everything we've said about the process of transmutation, to make wrong all that you are moving through in order to assimilate more energetic gold will limit your process and your ability to be in that state. So when you seek to get out of this in order to be somewhere else, because you're judging this and fearing this, well, I have news for you. This dimension, and however you perceived it to be, is of your great service. You can shape it so that heaven on earth exists because you exist in heaven and you are dwelling in all that heaven that is given to you here. It's not easy for a mental world of human processing, for the emotional angst of the drama that portrays itself through all these individuals that you witness in your world, through your own memories, your own activities. So know this. To transmute all that dross, what if you simply had one deep breath and proclaim, I am willing, I am committed and strengthened in love. I let go of my limitations. I embrace that they have served. And as I let go, I do not have to do anything more than love them. All those limitations, all those pains and emotions and mental confusions, love them. For as they have completed their service, they then are free and to transmute more power of love, more power of all that life in the eternities has for you. So do you know many different affirmations and decrees about these things? There are some given over the last century especially. Various versions of prayers and intentional decrees. But one which I've given more recently is this. Violet flame, enfold me. And you visualize that as you can. A violet flame, embrace me. Violet flame, consume me. And as you breathe that violet flame, be in that moment. There are more words. Let us just sum it up with transmute, transmute, transmute. All dross be now the fuel for the mighty I am. Golden light run through me. and see that if you can. Golden light run through me. Golden light run through me. As I am, so it is. Namaste, my beloved friends. Um, I'm smiling because I've just shared a bit of my journey. If you're familiar with the book, the movie, The Never Ending Story, um, I was riding on the back of Falcor, beautiful, energetic being. Oh, it was so much fun. I literally, I guess you could say the literalness of it was that I can have the memory that I felt like my body might feel, like on the back of a horse, that felt that warmth and that fur and all that life beneath me in that way. And so I was having fun flying around, sort of doing somersaults and not falling off. It was quite grand. So I'll leave that and say, what will I say? I look forward to listening back to this today and seeing your comments, and I share my love and respect for all of you who are playing here. Have a wonderful day.